Thank you, Trivikramji, for joining us today. First of all, I want to share my feedback on the movie. I just watched it before this interview, as I told you. I loved the movie, first of all, and the background music was something I really appreciated along the movie.
Okay.
And then the messaging is, I would say, very subtle and very nice. So my first question is also around that, like that you made people believe a Texan biker story could carry Indian spiritual ideas, right?
Yes.
Without feeling forced. And how do you see? How do you think that without feeling forced, it could carry that idea that a Texan biker is doing it? And how do you see cross-cultural films actually bridging the societies in
Okay.
like American or Indian society or around the world? Let's just say.
Yeah. So I think I'll just swap the question of I'll answer the cross-cultural thing first, and then we'll get to the Texan biker because that's a bigger
Mm,
question. So what I believe is in current world, um, audience are ready to watch movies that are pan world. Like they were always ready, but now they are ready for Indian stories as well. Because of
mm,
OTT, the independent filmmakers can also make films which can appeal to anyone anywhere in the world as long as the story is interesting. And now that there are so many studios that have been making these pan world movies, are recycling the movies. Like they are just replacing one superhero with another superhero, or use the
mm,
same template again and again. So the audience want something fresh. At the same time, it should be palpable for them. Like they should be able to consume it. So I thought I can make a proper Western movie, but bringing in this Indian cultural thing into that would give them a fresh perspective of the same story. It's like having a Hanuman in superhero movie, right?
mm,
So
mm,
it
mm,
gives them a fresh Indian perspective, and they will love it. As long as there is freshness and it is a subject that they can relate to, they will love it. Now, coming to Chiquita, Chiquita is, even though it talks about Indian philosophy and Texan biker, those are
mm,
only the external elements. But the core idea is self transformation, right?
mm,
Everyone would want something to hang on to and evolve spiritually. In the case of Chiquita, it was Indian philosophy and Indian feminine divine feminine. In others' case, it could be something else. But I think that core idea was good enough for me to get started. But then taking Texas as the backdrop and adding a Texan biker and then bringing in the kind of form, Devi form that we brought in the movie, all these made it very interesting. I never thought it would be forced. We had some fears, but like you rightly mentioned, we used all crafts to get rid of that confusion or anything. Because if you, like you mentioned, the
right.
music could have been something else, but we tried it in a way that it elevates every scene and makes you believe. There is one specific scene, we'll talk about it, but yeah, we used every single craft possible, and tried to make it very believable.
So, was there a sort of fear while you were making this movie that there might be some sort of confusion that audience will feel instead of getting moved by the by the thought and the depth of the movie?
Absolutely.
And what made you stick to the idea that you had and
Okay.
not doubt yourself?
Okay,
Uh,
that's a great question. Yes, there was a fear, especially see the entire movie revolves around that one scene where this American biker
mm,
encounters a mysterious little girl. Now, who is
right.
that little girl? What is her connection to India? That's a different topic. But we were wondering, like, if audience do not connect to that one particular scene, if they do not respond to that, the whole movie would fall flat. So
Mm,
certainly we were worried about that, and also we were worried about the kind of human emotions that we were bringing in the movie. We were thinking, will an American family have these kind of emotions? Some of my friends were saying that these are all Indian emotions. You are just putting them on an American family. They wouldn't talk like this
okay.
and they wouldn't react like this. So I had a specific discussions with some of the Americans, and
Uh-huh.
the biggest advantage to my point was I'm making it based on Texas. Texas is a very conservative state. It has
Mm-hmm.
Mexican influences. So a lot of these ideas are from the conservative families, right? Whether it
Mm-hmm.
is Indian or American Texan, they are these are the emotions like being like a family, talking to each other, considering parents moving in with them. These are all conservative society ideas. So I that helped me in that perspective. So I thought we will do fine. I mean, I did various iterations of reviews with both film critics, I mean, film reviewers, as well as the Western Hindus themselves, the Americans who appreciate Hinduism and Indian philosophy. So I was convinced. Yeah.
So, how was the response from people outside Texas? Like, let's just say those who are not from so much conservative background.
Yeah.
What was their reaction like?
So there is an interesting combination in this case. See,
Mm,
when when it comes to India, all this is different. But when
mm,
it comes to US, right now, what I'm appealing to is the liberal crowd, because the liberals actually like it. I mean, I don't know if you want to call them liberals and conservative and just segregate them, but just for general understanding, people
mm,
appreciate this. A lot of people in US appreciate this plural society, right? They want everyone
mm,
to be respected. For example, if you go to states like California, or if you go to New York, New Jersey, right? These are, they have been seeing immigrants, different cultures, and also there have been a lot of movements in US back from 1960s that have tremendously influenced US, in West in general, whether it
mm.
is US, UK, or wherever. There have been a lot of celebrities who endorse this, who practice this. So
Right.
they all like it. I mean, Texas background has helped me set the context right, but otherwise
Mm.
the feeling and uh, uh, the um, the idea of respecting each other, that's universal. People in Texas or outside Texas or anywhere in the world should be able to appreciate that. That's the expectation. Yeah. So they were
So,
fine.